Trader. What's going on, traders? It's the Bearded Trader here with you, doing a little recap of the trades I took today. As you can see, I had a little loss on the ES mini futures, lost a little money on CF and NTNX, as well as a little $77 on Snap. All in all, I guess it was a decent day. I was only my average was 50% as far as win-loss ratio. I guess it's not that bad if your winners are bigger than your losers, but try to get up to that 75% range on a daily basis. So got to get better tomorrow. With that said, hey, let's jump into these trades today. First, we'll look at the ES trade. All right, so let's take a look at the ES futures trade. And this trade, actually traded it twice. The first trade was a short and I lost $900. My setup was thinking this would continue strong according to the pre-market setup. If you look back here before the market opened, and you'll see ES is pretty much bounced off some support right here, 24.59, and went up to 24.65. We opened right here at 24.64 and went down. A little liquidation break due to overnight inventory being pretty much net long. So with that said, I entered in a long position at the break above this doji, this neutrality type candle right here. Told myself, well, if we push back up higher, break above this doji with some increased volume, which we got, I would actually take a long position, and did. Got in around 24.65. We only pushed up to 24.67. I did not take any off the table. I should have at least took 2 or 3 contracts off, but I thought we would at least hit 24.68. But it didn't do that. Buyer stepped back in the market and pushed the stock back down, pushed this future back down, and it was end up stopping out for a $900 loss. So that was actually my very first trade of today. So as time went on, ES has actually gave another opportunity, which was for me a great sign. So right here was a level of resistance on a previous day. That's what this yellow line represents on my chart. So when we broke through that level, we came back and tested it one more time. It fell back down, then we popped back up. And on this second test, I actually took another long position, just small size, like 5 contracts from 24.63.75 up here to 24.66.75. So I made roughly $400 back from that trade. So yeah, you know, at one point I was down 9, ended up making $400 back, so only lost $500 on the ES trade today. But you know, this market right here is going back and forth. You know, buyers are undecisive, sellers are undecisive. You got hurricanes down south. We got North Korea with missiles across the sea. So, and we got our own government threatening to shut down Congress for a little while. So the market's going back and forth. All in all, you just got to trade what you have. You know, you can't make something happen out of thin air. So try to do a long trade at the beginning. That didn't work out. Ended up getting a second long trade right here, making some of that money back. And thing about trading is you have multiple opportunities to get profitable, multiple chances to actually, you know, take some money out the market each day. And you got to take those chances when they come. Next trade was CBIO. This was a good setup. CBIO actually played out very well. Had a little U-shaped bottom right here. Entered a long position at this break above this high, which is basically 389. And I scaled out 1,500 shares every 10 cents, all the way up to 473. And I had 500 shares left. Came back down, hit my stop at 443. So this was actually a great trade today. It was a great setup, great entry. You know, if you know your entry and know your exit, there should be no reason why you feel fearful or even why you feel greedy. You know, you already know what you're willing to make. You know what you're willing to risk as well. So, you know, as it went up, I knew I would take money out the table, and I did that. Left some shares on, left about 500 shares on as it came down, and just stopped me out, which is fine. You know, I was cool with that because why? You know, I got in down here. So, you know, I got in at a position where, hey, I could leave some room for it to breathe. You know, I wanted to come back and retest some support and see, you know, if this level would hold. It couldn't hold, so therefore I'm stopped out. It's not a problem. You know, $300 gain on CBIO. It was a good trade, had good volume, good flow into this stock. And that's what you got to look for. You got to look for stocks that you can afford to trade first, then stocks that will actually have other people looking at them. They'll be on other people's scanners. So, you know, that's going to create volatility. And as volatility increases, the imbalance would start to happen, whether that's an imbalance on the sell side or imbalance on the buy side. When that imbalance happens, that's when you strike. That's when you pull your trigger. You can't just, you know, say, hey, I'm just going to get in right here and just see what happens. You know, have a plan in place. Know what you're trading. Know why you're trading it. And if you don't know why you're trading it, then don't trade. Next trade was on Fred, FRED. This stock actually went parabolic on us. I kind of got in. I ain't gonna say I got into it late. I didn't see it. It didn't hit my watch list till it was, 644 is when I actually saw it. I know some people got in down here at 6. It was a gapper. You know, previous day low was, the close was 577. So this morning when it opened at $6. So that's already a little over 23-cent gap. Wish I would have seen it back here, but I got in roughly 645, a little over 7,000 shares, and every 10 cents. I pretty much sold 1,500 every 10 cents. And I held the last piece up here at 691 is where I closed it out. I thought this stock would actually get halted on this candle, considering how fast it was running up, but it didn't. We pushed up here. I sold my last piece, and then it kind of fell back down. So that was a great trade today. It was a nice entry. You see on the 1 minute chart, you can see how this thing just pretty much went straight up. So on this pullback, all right. So when it actually hit my scanner, this is what I saw. So we got this big run up. You know, it's pretty much up from 602 all the way to 642, 40 cents within 10 minutes. So I knew I could not chase this stock. You know, never chase a stock because you would not catch it. And when you do catch it, you just going to pretty much stab you in the heart because it's going to drop. So I waited for the first pullback that took place right here. I got in on the first candle pretty much to make a new high with increased volume, which gave me this candle. Well, actually, no, it was this 643. So pretty much, actually, this actual candle is where I got in right here, 643. And then from there, I scaled out every 10 cents from there. And as it went up, sold profits, moved my stop, sold profits, moved my stop, sold profits, and moved my stop. Basic trading 101. You know, knowing your entry, knowing your exit. When you see an imbalance, take full advantage of it. You know, we got volume increasing as the stock's going up. Take full advantage of it. You know, when you see those signs, different stocks giving you those buy signals or sell signals, you got to take them. You can't just ignore them and say, I'll get to it next time. It may not be a next time. Let's look at Hertz. Now, Hertz is acting like a champ. You know, Hertz is, I may have to start renting cars from Hertz versus Enterprise because I've made some good money on Hertz the past 2 weeks. On a day, let's look at the daily first for Hertz, and you can see what I'm what I'm actually talking about. This rounded bottom, buyers, sellers stepped in, couldn't push the market, couldn't push the stock lower. Buyers stepped in, we made good money on the way up. This rounded bottom, made good money on the way up. We knew this was a double top, so took a short position, made good money on the way down. Then buyers stepped in, we found some support down here around 16, made good money on the way up. Same thing is happening today. We have let me remove that. We had this doji candle right here letting you know, hey, sellers couldn't push this stock lower. It went all the way up to $22.95, oversold a little bit, decided to pull back, thought more sellers would step in and sell off. Nope. Buyer said, nah, we're going to keep this right here. Just put their foot in the sand, said, hey, 2036, we're not going below that. Open today at 2054. Made good money today. I did 2 trades on Hertz today. First trade was a double top short. So we hit this double top right here. It bounced back down. I said, okay, well, if it breaks below 2056, I want to be short. So took a short position on this candle, 2056. Sold a quarter position at 2046. Sold half at was at 2040. Then sold the rest on this candle right here, 2048. So that was the first short. Second trade was a long play on Hertz on a pullback. Let me show you this 5-minute pullback. So we bounced up off this support, blew right through this area of resistance, and got long on this pullback. So we had this pullback right here, and I took a long position on this candle, 2079. And from 2079, we went up, went sideways for a little bit, sold half my position. Then we went up 2105. I sold the rest on this candle. As you can see, Hertz is still running. It may be some continuation for tomorrow, so I will keep Hertz on the watch for tomorrow. See, I think it closed. Okay, so it's at 2138 with a high of 2160. So Hertz will be on the watch list for tomorrow morning for some continuation. And anything up above 2160, I will be buying some Hertz tomorrow. Like I said, that stock has been performing just the way I need it, to make some money off of. Next trade, I'll go over NTNX. This was a losing trade for me today. Got in at the wrong time. Don't know what I was thinking, but I wasn't thinking bearded trader. I was not thinking trade my plan and plan my trade, because all signs point to, hey, you're chasing. So this stock hit my watch list right here. And instead of waiting for a real pullback to support, which is down here, or it could be even lower down here to this 2181, I decide to get my happy self in here at 2214, thinking, hey, it's going to pop right back up to 2225. Nope, didn't happen. Sorry, we're taking your money. There's nothing you can do about it. Drops down to 2204. Had to cut my losses. I bail out, and that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. Yeah, granted, it did push back higher, but I wasn't in it. I wasn't in it. You got to have clear defined plan, a clear defined support and resistance area, clear defined entry risk reward ratio, clear defined profit target when you're trading, and you cannot chase. I made that mistake right here. I chased this stock. There's no reason for me to enter this trade up here. None at all. There is reason to enter the trade right here. That's a great entry. We got a pullback. We got a new high. And then on this candle, we got increased volume. So you can get in at $21.95 and be sitting pretty right about now. Hope y'all did that and didn't do what I did. So I lost $120 on that, and we'll take a look at Macy's, which was just a little $50 gainer, but $50 is better than losing. So Macy's was a stock that actually was very bullish today. It was up $1.16. Macy's generally does not move like that, but today it did. So this stock hit my watch list on this candle. This red candle was forming. It pulled back, found some support, 21.56. Took a long position on the first candle to make a new high with increased volume. So that gave me this candle right here. And I rode it from 21.72 up to 21.91, which is roughly right there. Sold my position, then it rolled over and it bounced the rest of the day. I believe it bounced higher. So I was out of it. This right here, it rolled over. Could have gotten back in it. I was not looking at it. I took it off my list and kept it moving. So that's Macy's. Like I said, even though it was a profitable day, made great money, a little over $1,200. It wasn't a good day as it relates to my thought basis on certain trades and my ratio, win to loss ratio. I was only 50%, and then this does show, hey, you can only be right 50% of the time and make money, but that's not something you want to put in your brain to say, hey, I only need to be right 50% of the time. Push to be right 100% of the time. So then if you're only right 75, okay, you can live with that. I can live with being right 75% of the time and make money. But today wasn't that day. I only was right 50% of the time, but still made money. So we just got to get better. Got another chance to get better tomorrow. If I'm able to wake up and see tomorrow and trade, I would definitely get better. I can't set my eyes on the riches. I can't set my eyes on, seeing the account roll up in green and money. I have to set my eyes on the actual setup. Trade the right setup. That's how you become profitable. Don't chase. Don't get fearful. Don't get greedy. Stick to the trading plan, and then you will become profitable. I am the Bearded Trader. This is a market recap for Wednesday, September 6th. I hope you all having a great day.